All right, guys. It's not the same schmoozing without you guys. You know, because schmoozing is like talking amongst ourselves.
Right.
And then when I'm home at the dining room table, I'm just talking to myself. It's really, we should call it Brad talking to himself. He's not really schmoozing. Although everybody's listening out there, but it's
with the squad, yeah.
But it's much better with you guys. Just a quick update from immigration. Throughout the entire United States of America, if you have a deportation hearing scheduled between now and December 4th, 2020, doesn't matter where you are, Alaska, California, Oregon, Illinois, Texas, Louisiana, Miami, New York, Maine, it will be rescheduled. The only deportation cases that are going to be ongoing are those with people who are detained in jail. If you are not detained in jail and you have a deportation case that is scheduled between now and December 4th, anywhere in the United States of America, it is going to be rescheduled as a result of coronavirus. This is deportation cases only. These are not adjustment interviews. These are not citizenship cases, but this is just deportation. And of course, we will keep you updated. Keep watching every week. We'll let you know what's going on with that. Meanwhile, over the weekend, a federal judge, guys, invalidated restrictions on the Obama DACA program that Donald Trump tried to end. If you remember, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, Obama did the DACA program. If you were under 16, you came here before June 2007, and you were here for 5 years, and you graduated high school, you get the DACA.
Yes.
And then Trump tried to end it. And then the Supreme Court said, can't end it because you have to have a reason to end it. You can't just end it because you feel like it. So then it continued. But Donald Trump said, okay, it's going to continue, even though I had no reason to end it, but no one can apply. If you had not been in the program already, you can't apply. Well, now a federal judge has ruled that invalid as of this weekend. So if you have not applied for DACA ever in your life, but you actually qualify, presumably you should be able to do it now. We'll see if Department of Homeland Security, if the Department of Homeland Security will appeal it. And the reason is this, because the head of the Department of Homeland Security right now has not been voted on by the United States Senate. Usually when you make a cabinet member, usually by law, you make a cabinet member, whether it's the State Department, Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department, it has to be confirmed by the U.S. Senate. The U.S. Senate has never confirmed the person who is in charge of the Department of Homeland Security. Trump just put him in there under a temporary title and said that he will bring him for confirmation before the Senate, but never did. So what the federal judge said was everything he does is illegal because he's acting illegally. So all of his rules, all of the regulations, presumably, that the Department of Homeland Security has put out to hurt immigrants in the last year, presumably now can be overturned because it was illegal, including this DACA rule. We'll see if, I'm sure they're going to appeal. We'll see what happens with that. Meanwhile, citizenship is about to get harder as of December 1st, 2020. Previously, when you would go for your citizenship interview, you would get asked, they wouldn't answer any of your questions. You would get asked 10 immigration questions. This is not speed round. What am I talking about today? You would get asked 10 citizenship questions on government and civics history. You would have to get 6 right. They would give you 100 questions to study. You don't know which out of those 100 questions you're going to be asked, but you know you're going to be asked 10. You got to get 6 right. Now, as of December 1st, the citizenship test will be taking questions from 128 questions. So now you will have to study 128 questions, not 100 questions. And you will be asked 20 of them, not 10 of them, and you now have to get 12 out of 20 right. You still have to get 60%. But now the citizenship test, as of December 1st, instead of 6 out of 10, it's now 12 out of 20, and you now have to study 128 government and civics questions, and out of those, you're going to be asked 20.
What do you think led to this, Brad?
Because they are trying to stop people who have perhaps less of an education, or perhaps people whose English is not their first language from becoming U.S. citizens. Why?
Yeah.
Because people in that situation, minorities, are less likely to vote Republican. They want to make less Democratic voters and more Republican voters. And generally speaking, immigrants in totality, whether you're a minority, whether you're educated, less educated, it really doesn't matter. As a group, immigrants are going to vote Democrat over Republican. So I think, in combination, they're just trying to make less Democrats and keep a Republican majority. That's the only reason behind it.
Don Harriet is asking, do you think that Biden would change this?
Maybe. I think he's going to change the DACA rules.
Okay.
So, for example, right now, DACA recipients can't travel on advanced parole. I think you'll be able to. I think DACA recipients who travel on advanced parole after August of 2020 are not eligible to adjust if they get married. I think that will change. Even if the Department of Homeland Security appeals this decision by a judge and says, no, we're not going to accept new DACA applicants, I think they're going to accept new DACA applicants. In terms of the citizenship questions, I don't know as much about that. I don't know what Biden's position is on that, so I can't tell you.
Right.
I would hope he would.
Right.
I would hope he would, but I have not read anything or heard him say anything about citizenship questions. I don't think, the citizenship test is number one thing that he is coming out to the news to talk about. But we'll see. Maybe. I don't know. I know he said he's going to reverse a lot of the DACA, and that he is also in the
that's good.
And also in the first 100 days is going to introduce legislation to make DACA recipients eligible for green cards in some respect.
Nice.
We'll see what he says there as well. Are you watching the crybaby in the White House, or you don't even bother listening to him anymore?
Oh no, I definitely don't.
I haven't been keeping up.
Right, because he's I can't even call him Pumpkin anymore. We just call him Crybaby now.
Crybaby.
He's
that's
just Crybaby.
Honestly all it is.
It's just he's
like
Crybaby
I did
now.
see I saw something about him still going, after Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, and he's still claiming that he's winning or he's gonna win. So I don't even want that stress.
Well,
even if I know it's not true.
I'm more concerned about what we're going to call him than whether or not, that's my big priority now is like, what's my nickname for Donald Trump moving forward? His hair went from
Crybaby.
It's Crybaby now because his hair went from orange to gray. I don't know if you noticed in the last week, he does not have orange hair anymore.
Really?
And he has not had his permatan. I think he's been crying in the White House, literally, and has not gotten to his barber to get his hair colored, and has not gone to the tanning salon. He's all gray now. Just all of a sudden, exactly, Julian.
Oh, wow.
Better like that.
All of a sudden, he went from orange pumpkin to gray dude.
Wow.
Overnight. I don't know if you noticed that or not. So I think now.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I think now we can't call him Pumpkin anymore. I was thinking about this. I'm like, he ain't Pumpkin no more. He's Crybaby
Sore
now.
loser.
Yeah.
Sore loser, Crybaby. Wah, wah.
Sore loser, Crybaby.
Wah,
wah.
wah. Wah.
So let's talk about wah, wah.
Yeah, let's talk about wah, wah. So
it's almost like a Terribles 2, but a terrible Trump. You know?
So he's been, the Crybaby, he's been spreading lies to his 90 million Twitter followers. On Sunday, he said that although Biden won the election, he now acknowledges Biden won, it was fixed. And had it not been fixed, he would have won. And now since Biden has won, Trump has sued in Pennsylvania to overturn the election results in Pennsylvania. What he's saying was, this is his argument. The Republicans who were supposed to watch people count the votes were told to stay 13 feet away, and they couldn't watch really what people were counting. So we think there's irregularities, and we want everything recounted again, and we want to stand on top of somebody when they count the vote.
Oh.
That's going to get thrown out, okay? He also fired Chris Krebs, who was installed by him. He is the Department of Homeland Security official who is in charge of cybersecurity throughout the entire United States of America. And Chris Krebs said, there is absolutely no evidence that any voting system deleted or lost votes in any state, changed votes, or was in any way compromised. This is his Department of Homeland Security guy, his cybersecurity guy that he hired, saying that nothing happened in the election. So you know what he did?
So he fired him because he told the truth.
Exactly. He fired him. And as a matter of fact,
yeah, he's no good for him.
Yeah, and as a matter
no good for him.
And as a matter of fact, Chris Krebs said he was expecting to be fired, but he wanted to come out and tell the truth. Wow. And then Twitter flagged when Trump said, I fired Krebs for lying, the election was rigged. So Krebs is now a liar. Twitter flagged that as a disputed statement.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Meanwhile, in Georgia, they're doing a recount. Trump lost by 14,000 votes. Biden won by 14,000 votes. Georgia's Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, he's a Republican, okay? But he's the guy in charge of certifying the vote. And if he does any sort of fraud, this guy's going to jail for 20, 30 years. So he's not going to screw around. He's not going to screw around.
Right.
He has to go by the book. He doesn't want to go to jail for 30 years for Donald Trump, okay? So even though he's a Republican, we know he's going to follow the law, because if he lies, there's going to be a U.S. attorney somewhere who's going to go after him.
Yeah,
so he said on Monday that Lindsey Graham, who's the senator from Georgia, had hinted that he should try to discard some of the ballots in Georgia where a recount is under the way. He said, and I'm quoting, it was just an implication of, look hard and see how many ballots can be thrown out.
Wow.
Raffensperger's comments came after he told the Washington Post that Lindsey Graham, the senator from Georgia who just won, had cast doubt on Georgia's signature matching law in a conversation, and also floated the possibility that biased poll workers could have counted ballots with inconsistent signatures. Graham is disputing all of that. Now, experts, unless they throw away ballots, because, you're going to count the ballots again, you're going to get the same vote. Okay? You do the same thing twice and don't change anything, that's insanity. All right? So we're going to count all over again, and Biden's going to win by 14,000 unless somehow unless some votes disappear. So that's what Lindsey Graham was trying to do, and of course he says, no, I wasn't trying to do it.
I definitely don't think it would be smart if he did that, because I mean, like, the fact that the whole world, not just even the United States, is looking at Georgia for this recount. Like, there's so much of the media that's covering that. Now, if Trump ends up winning after they recounted that, for losing from 14,000 votes to now winning from winning by however many, people are gonna know that is rigged. So that literally would be career suicide.
Well, let me say this, okay? This weekend, okay, Trump wanted to put on 1 million MAGA March. Make America Great Again in Washington. 1 million people to come to Washington.
In Washington?
To come to Washington to say that this election was rigged. Okay?
Wow.
You know how many people showed up?
How many?
Couple thousand.
He actually had one?
Yeah. So he had a couple thousand people show up. It was supposed to be, look, these are the group. This is the group. This is the group that came. Okay, the Proud Boys, the Nazis, the Ku Klux Klan, some other wonderful people, I'm sure.
And by
the way, I'm sure there were some good, decent people in that group too, as Donald Trump would say, right? You remember that's what he said about Charlottesville, right?
You actually were agreeing.
Yeah, he said, oh yeah, there's some good, decent people in that group too. Who the hell knows? I doubt it. So any event, a couple thousand people showed up, Yo-Yo and Vanessa.
That's hilarious.
Now, if this is for the 1 Million Man March. Now, can you imagine if all of a sudden 14,000 votes disappear in Georgia? How many millions of people would actually be marching?
Thank you. Disappears.
Oh yeah, that would be the actual 1 Million Man March.
That would be the 10 Million Man March, and the 10 Million Woman March. That's what it would be.
Yeah, that would be bad. That would be bad for America for sure.
All right, so we're gonna have some competition for Bradshaw Live.
Ooh.
Yeah. Donald Trump, after he leaves office, is going to be starting a talk show and news station only
No.
on YouTube and Facebook. He's not going to be
What?
on air. Yeah. He wants to wreck Fox. He's tired of Fox News, and he is going to start his own Trump station, which I'm sure he will have his own Donald Live show, competing against Brad
cannot.
Live.
This man,
All right, and
this man is hilarious.
all right, it's gonna be Donald, Kellyanne Conway, and Rudy Giuliani versus Brad, Yo-Yo, and Vanessa, all for viewers on YouTube and Facebook.
Yep.
Come on, put him up.
We'll
Put
be
him
here.
up.
Everybody share.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
See, this is exactly.
Can you imagine that
Exactly.
show? Can you imagine that show? The lies that would come out of that show?
You think we can get under his umbrella? You think he'd hire us?
No, I don't want. No way.
No association.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Obama came out with a book. I want to buy it when I go away. I'm going away for Christmas vacation. I've
Yes.
decided I'm going to take a vacation.
Yeah.
So that is the book I am going to buy, and I'm going to read A Promised
Nice.
Land. I want to go to a bookstore and buy it. I mean, I can buy it on Amazon, but Amazon doesn't need my money. Okay, I really
Yeah,
want to
they
go.
definitely don't.
I really want to go to a bookstore and buy it. I just got to find a bookstore that's open. Most bookstores are closed; they went out of business. But I got to find a
Yeah.
bookstore that's open. I want to find a local bookstore that's open and buy it and give them my business because I could easily buy it on
Nice.
Amazon. I just got to figure out where.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, support.
Brad,
So
you're such a good guy.
I try. Now on Monday, Obama's been going on a book tour to promote the book. That's how I know about it,
Yes.
because I've been reading about his book tour. So he said the single biggest threat to our democracy is what, guys? What do you think the single biggest threat to our democracy is, according to Barack Obama?
Not being united. Something along those lines, wasn't it?
Something, yeah, that it is the partisanship in news, meaning that there is not a common narrative
Yeah.
within the news of the United States of America.
That's smart.
And we've
That
been
is very true.
And we've been talking about this for a very long time, although we never really, pinned it down in 3 words: common narrative amongst the news. But the reality is, we've been saying this for 4, 8 years. And I don't think it's Donald Trump. I just think Donald Trump took advantage of it. It's been going
No,
on.
absolutely.
It's been going on before this, which is you watch Fox News, you watch some of these, alt-right news channels, and it is an absolutely different universe, what they're reporting, what's going on in America, than if you watch CNN or MSNBC. It's 2 completely different worlds, which is why we have in America, I believe, what's going on right now between the left and the right, the Democrats and the Republicans. And he said, and I'm going to quote, he said, "I come out of this book very worried about the degree to which we do not have a common baseline of fact and a common story. We don't have a Walter Cronkite describing the tragedy of Kennedy's assassination, but also saying to supporters and detractors alike of the Vietnam War that this is not going the way the generals in the White House are telling us. Without this common narrative, democracy becomes very tough." And as a matter of fact, he said, and I'm quoting him because now he agrees with me, or I agree with him, but I didn't see this quote until just now. He says, "I think Donald Trump is a creature of this, but he did not create it. He may have been an accelerant of it." So we all said this. I didn't even know this quote was going to be here.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You just said that.
Yeah, but it preceded him and will outlast him. I am deeply troubled by how we address this.
This is very true. Because I grew up with my family watching Al Jazeera and BBC and stuff like that, especially Al Jazeera. And I feel like it's such a connection, with the people when you watch that news, because what you're watching is real. And over here you have all these different stations. You literally just pick a station and say, "Hey, I'm a part of this party, so I'm going to only watch this station." It shouldn't be like that. All the stations should be given the same exact story.
Well,
so that's so true.
It happens as a result that before cable news and it was just 3 television stations, ABC, CBS, and NBC. There's a Communications Act. There was a law in the United States of America that said that these stations can't give their own personal opinions. They just have to report the facts as they know them. Once cable news came, they eliminated that law because they said there's so much news that people will be able to decipher opinion from fact. And once news, I'm just telling you what happened. And once news channels were able to give their opinion instead of just give fact, it turned into the rise of Fox. And by the way, MSNBC, they give their opinion too, very liberal opinions. Okay, I'm not saying it's just the right, it's the left also.
Right, absolutely.
You know, I watch things on MSNBC and I say, that ain't right. And I watch things on Fox and I always say, that ain't right.
Right.
I watch things on CNN, for the most part I say is right, but sometimes I say that ain't right too. But if people don't just stop giving their opinions, but the reason that they have to give opinion is because you can't just keep repeating the same news every 30 minutes. So they got to, and these companies want to make money. It's all about making money. It's all about making money.
And unfortunately, that's exactly what it is. It's all about the host and their personality and you tuning in because you want to see that host. It's not you tuning in because you just want to see them read the teleprompter.
Vanessa, do you agree with this or no? Michael B. Jordan, he was named People's Sexiest Man Alive for 2020. You think he's sexy? He's the man? Is he the man?
I love him. I was going to say, Julian, put my boy on the screen.
Is he
all
the man?
All my ladies in the comments. Oh, he's so the man.
He is the man?
So the man.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
This is so much better than Blake Shelton.
Yeah, Blake Shelton, I didn't go for him.
That was like, what? The past couple, even John Legend, I think he got it last year. He was pretty cool, but like Michael B. Jordan, this is the one that everybody always is talking about. So I'm down for this. I'm happy that they.
Well, let me tell you what he said. He said it's a cool feeling, you know. Everybody always making that joke, like, Mike, this is the one thing you're probably not going to get, but it's a good club to be a part of. I'm going to tell you something. His ego's got to be through the roof now, all right?
It has to.
I mean, he was Apollo Creed's son. He's, in Black Panther. Now he's, now he's the sexiest man alive.
The sexiest man alive.
I mean, that guy's ego's got to be huge right now.
It's got to be.
I used to work for a magazine, and at the end of the day, it's just a good story, and you just it's a good cover. They do it annually, but he really is very sexy.
Meanwhile, you know the Naked Cowboy in Times Square.
Oh yeah,
He's more like Blake Shelton than Michael B. Jordan.
Yes,
I would say the Naked Cowboy, right? So he's a famous guy. For those who don't know, he dresses in his underwear. Tourists come, they take pictures of him in his underwear, and I guess he sings too. I've walked past him, but I never really watched him. It's not something I would stop to watch. But apparently people love the Naked Cowboy. Well, a video posted on social media shows a prankster running up to the Naked Cowboy and making him try to get naked. He was naked. No. The Naked Cowboy was naked in Times Square. Finally, the Naked Cowboy actually became naked. Let's watch this one more time. They de-pantsed him. Did you see that?
I'm here for it.
They pulled his pants down all the way down, and then the guy runs away. The cowboy, his real name is Robert Burke.
Cool.
He was playing.
Yeah, it is. He had a Trump undie on.
He had a Trump underwear on it under? No, he was naked. No, he was naked in Times Square when the guy pulled his pants down.
Well, He
was playing Country Roads by John Denver when he got depantsed. Now, people around Burke helped the stunt singer up from the street, and he says it was really aggressive while it was happening in real time. I thought it was a setup or a prank. Then it was clear they were not working together. I just felt bad. The Naked Cowboy, he was just trying to keep his underwear on. That's the guy who did the video. That's a quote from him. He felt bad for the Naked Cowboy who was just trying to keep his pants on. But you know what?
I've always wondered how the Naked Cowboy does his taxes.
What do you mean, how does he do his taxes? Like, what's his job? What's his job?
Weird thing to think about.
What's his job? I'm sure he puts down entertainer, right?
Right. Yeah.
Hey guys, I just want to say that we are having some comments here. Arch Higgs, Grandma
Oh,
saying, how could they not nominate Yo-Yo for the sexiest man alive?
oh,
Listen, these are questions I want answers
PSA.
to. Don,
let me.
listen, Don Harriet. Wait, hold on. Don Harriet said we need to vote you in
Oh,
for that too, Yo-Yo. Come on, man.
friend,
That's what I'm
friend,
talking about.
Nesquik, can you call People Magazine up and lodge a complaint?
right.
All right.
I mean, I work for people in Espanol, but I'm pretty sure I still have some connects that people.
Okay,
Right.
Julian's yelling in my ear, file a mandamus. You can't file a mandamus for sexiest man, Julian. Come on. Julian's yelling, file a mandamus. Whenever anything else fails, file a mandamus.
File a mandamus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Yo-Yo, you could probably go into Times Square and make some extra dough for Valentine's Day, being the naked Cupid from last year. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
That's forfeiting.
I do not have that outfit anymore.
You
Don't
don't
know where it is.
Yeah, I'm sure you.
No.
I'm sure you have it pressed and ready for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, right.
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 It's pressed and
Okay.
ready. Meanwhile, Tiger King, Jeff Lowe,
Oh.
he's starting. He's the guy who stole the I guess the zoo from the real Tiger King in
From
Oklahoma.
Joe. Yeah.
So he's now starting an OnlyFans page, and
Oh,
he's
God.
offering a sex tape starring himself and his wife Lauren, in exchange also for a big payout. He wants $300,000 for a sex tape, but you don't want to pay $300,000 for their sex tape. You can go on to OnlyFans, and for $50 a month, you can see pictures of Jeff and his wife.
You have to be kidding me.
I'm not kidding you.
$50
true.
a month?
This is true.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. If people are willing to pay $50 to see these two people naked, I got to raise my consultation fees. I'm not charging enough.
For real.
All right, I am not charging enough. All right, because I think I'm giving a lot better quality content than Jeff and Lauren naked on OnlyFans.
What? That's wild.
Now, if it was
That is
Yo-Yo
wild.
naked on OnlyFans, maybe I'd
I've
pay
actually
$50.
had a bunch of people ask me if I was gonna get an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Questionable. I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
Only if Nesquik is my manager.
All right. By the way, you guys are on TikTok, right?
Yes.
Yo-Yo's definitely on TikTok.
You heard of this TikTok thing, right?
Yes.
Right. It's not.
I'm not gonna do the OnlyFans, guys.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. No, don't do OnlyFans.
They're all like, Yo-Yo, don't.
Yo-Yo. If you did OnlyFans, we would have to ask you to leave the show because we're a PG show. We're a PG show, yo. Yeah. Don't do OnlyFans. Don't
do it.
Don't do it. Meanwhile, on TikTok, here's an idea for you, Yo-Yo and Vanessa on TikTok.
Oh God.
Okay, a TikToker is. What do you call it? Is it a TikToker? What do you call that?
Yeah, they're a
Yeah.
TikToker.
TikTokers?
One who TikToks.
One who TikToks is a
Is
TikToker.
a TikToker.
Okay, fine. All right. So a TikToker.
I don't think it's in the Webster's dictionary yet, guys. It's whatever you want.
It's whatever you want. All right. You can call it a TikToker. You're like some dude on TikTok. Whatever you want to call it. All right.
Whatever.
But in this particular case, it was a woman. Her name was Syd Erin, and she sent her former hookups a Google Doc survey to rate their experience with her, and she then dished on their responses via video upload on TikTok. Now, she has more than 30 million likes and 700,000 followers in 1 year. Erin told Cosmopolitan, "It isn't unlike me to talk about my hookups on the internet. I thought it would be funny, so I kind of just said F it and made the survey." Erin said one of the guys responded by my initial text asking to fill out the survey and said, "No, absolutely not." Then my first video went viral and he stopped me the next day and was like, 10 million views? Thank God I didn't fill mine out. Then there was the former flings who thinks it's funny. A few of them sent me my own videos reacting to their answers and laughing. And of course, others are really salty. One dude even wrote in the additional comments part that he wanted his hoodies back. Erin joked, "Yeah, he's just not getting them back.
Petty.
I appreciate his survey answers." But above just being a funny TikTok trend to chase page viewers and gain followers, Erin realized something important. Almost all the men left the hookup far more satisfied than she did. Interesting.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay,
Interesting.
sis.
So there it is.
Okay.
She goes, unfortunately, I can't relate. It was a huge confidence boost, but it also made me realize that my answers would absolutely not be the same if I were the one filling out the survey. And I deserve to prioritize my own satisfaction over worrying about whether others are. I guess because you know, a man is satisfied when he climaxes. You know, he's
The end of it.
it's the end
And
of it.
a lot of the time,
Right.
the girls are like faking it. So.
Yeah. Right.
Right. Gotta be detailed, gentlemen. Just be detailed.
Yeah.
That's all.
Vanessa, I don't know if you have anything to add to any of this.
I go Syd, man. Go Syd.
All right.
There's a
I
reason
thought maybe you wanted to give your own personal opinion. Your own personal opinion is go Syd.
Go Syd.
Yeah.
I mean, that takes some bravery for you to go to your past hookups and be like, well, let's talk about this. And then she went viral, and it's like, people, imagine their friends at that time that know who answered those surveys, and now she's saying that she wasn't even satisfied. You never know. Sometimes girls lie, but it would have been more challenging, gentlemen.
But I thought it was really interesting. But I thought it was really interesting that the men said, yeah, she was great. But maybe the men said she was great because they wanted to be on her video, or maybe because she's famous now.
I don't think so, because it's anonymous. They don't know who's answering.
Which is
which. Yeah, I don't think so. I think she probably, she's a satisfier. So like she's.
If anything, this makes me curious. I mean, if I wasn't in a relationship, maybe I would send out a survey, but something like this to get me in some trouble.
I was gonna say, Yo-Yo, do you want to send out a survey? But maybe Yo-Yo come on the show one day crying. He's like, I read my survey results.
Oh no! My survey,
your survey results are gonna be like, you're gonna be like
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10.
Yo-Yo would be like
10,
Michael B. Jackson today. You know, he'd be like, his ego would be
Jordan.
I want to call him Jackson. Jordan. My apologies.
No, definitely. But like, even though I'm kind of like very out there and like, I like to play around on the internet, I don't even think I would do this. This is kind of like, woo. Yeah. I don't want to show the world. Like, this kind of is like, but I do commend her, because a lot of women out there don't really showcase their sexual side and talk about the partners they have, because it's kind of different with men and women. So if a guy comes out and says, oh, I have slept with 10 girls within the last 3 weeks, it'd be way different, or we would receive it different from a girl saying, I slept with 10 guys in the past 3 weeks, So I commend her for coming out and talking about her sexual side.
And by the way, to have that confidence at 20 years old as a woman,
yeah.
I mean, she's not a mature.
Oh, she's only 20.
Yeah, she's not a mature person who's gone through life and had experiences. She's only 20.
Right.
And to come out and be able to do that,
I commend her.
I do too, because I'm like, at 52.
More power to the girls.
At 52, I don't want to know the answers. I'm 52. I'm like, I like to think, I was fantastic. I don't want to get a survey back like, you suck. I'm like, I do? Oh my God.
Right. No surveys.
I don't want to know surveys. I'm my own head. I'm fantastic. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.